just sounds about right, doesn't it? ROH Invasion and Impact, multiple releases from WWE, Mickie James in the Royal Rumble. Where have I been? Hello and welcome to FCTR. I am Ewan McQuaid, and today, a week later, I'm doing my review of Impact Wrestling's Hard to Kill event. Spoilers, it was great. It was a really fun event. I'm going to go through the card, tell you my thoughts on some of the matches, some of the contests, some of the angles, because there were a few big ones in there, and what I think it all means for the future of the promotion. So shall we get into it? First of all, there were some really fun pre-show matches here. Got to see a lot of Speedball Mike Bailey, who, he's really good. He's really good. Mike Bailey beat Ace Austin, Chris Bay and the Radio Kid in a really fun four-way match. Then we got into the main card. One of the biggest selling points of Hard to Kill was the first ever Women's Ultimate X match featuring, and I'm going to try and run them down now, Tasha Steelz, Alicia Edwards, Chelsea Green, Jordynne Grace, Lady Frost and Rosemary. This match did not go as long as I thought it was going to. I thought it would be quite a, sort of a 20-minute match or something like that. No, it went about 9-10 minutes and they just got a lot of their offense in, these ladies did. Oh my god, this match was class. It was really good. Everyone got the spots. Lady Frost in particular looked great coming out of this match. Her moonsault off the top, beautiful. And then the ending sort of struggle between Chelsea Green and Tasha Steelz. Chelsea Green was so close, but the weight of Tasha Steelz pulled down that X and she is the new #1 contender for the Impact Knockouts Championship. It was a really good match overall. I think it was a lot less, it was a lot more actually, it was a lot more spot festing than I thought it'd be. I thought this would be a really sort of long, not drawn out, but a really sort of long match. No, they got every single piece of offense in there, multiple dives, multiple sort of, crashes to the mat from those cables. Oh my god, it looks brutal. But the MVP of this match, Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace is just phenomenal. She's such a good wrestler, and the upper body strength she has, particularly in the spot where she's holding on to the cable while also holding on to, I believe it's Tasha Steelz. Oh my god, just the strength within Jordynne Grace is just terrific. Overall, I thought this was a great match, solid opener to the show, and it sort of set a pace there for the next few matches we were going to get. Because next up we had Trey Miguel versus Steve Macklin for the X Division title. I love Steve Macklin. Steve Macklin is one of the biggest revelations sort of coming out of the wave of WWE releases, as he was a part of the Forgotten Sons, a forgotten stable that did nothing for everyone involved, because I think they've all been released. But Macklin has completely reinvented himself, and some of his offense is just beautiful. It's beautiful and crisp, particularly his spear to the ring ropes when Miguel does like a handspring. He does a handspring, immediately hit with a spear onto the ropes. He didn't go through the ropes this time, and it looked even worse. It looked even more painful. But there were a lot of false finishes here. Great X Division action. Trey Miguel is a great champion. I think he reminds me a lot of Ricochet. I'm just going to find out that. But yeah, I think Trey Miguel breaking away from the Rascals, MSK and NXT, I think it's done wonders for him. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him slotted into the main title picture the second he loses the X Division Championship, particularly the slew of contenders who are bubbling away in the surface, like Chris Bay, Radio Kid, Mike Bailey, and then all the other people who might well come in. This was a really good showing for both men. It's nice to see Macklin move on. Now that this is a week later, I can't wait to see Macklin versus Jonathan Gresham. That's going to be great. Overall, this was a great match. Great match by both guys. Next up we got match of the night. Jonathan Gresham versus Chris Sabin in a Pure Rules contest for the Ring of Honor Championship. I thought this match was incredible. Absolutely incredible. They are both veterans. Jonathan Gresham is one of the if not the best wrestler in the world. The way he can take people down, the way he can transition, the way he switches hold. They call him the Octopus for a reason. There were some great moments in this match where he showed his technical wizardry in the ring. One of my favourite spots of the match was both of them locking arms and just chopping each other, just completely annihilating each other's chest. This eventually led to a slurry of near falls in which Jonathan Gresham just got the better of Chris Sabin, rolling him over for a bridged pin. And yeah, it went about 15 minutes, something like that. But oh my god, it was just perfect. I love this match. This match is easily on a short list for best match of the year already for me. Maybe that's hyperbole, maybe it just hit me at the right time, but I absolutely adored this match and I'm going to go back and watch it again later today probably. Yeah, can't complain about this in the slightest. Easily my favourite match on the card. And next up we got sort of the big grudge match of the show, Josh Alexander versus Jonah, the top dog. Jonah as a heel, I really like. I think it's a nice switch from him as Bronson Reed, and I think he's got a great look to him. This match started off a little bit slow. I think the crowd were a bit exhausted from sort of the fast-paced action of the Ultimate X, the X Division, and then the Pure Rules match between Gresham and Sabin. So I think it was a bit slow at the beginning, maybe to sort of warm the crowd up a bit. It went long, it went about 20 minutes, something like that. So it wasn't my favourite match because the opening felt a bit stilted, but when it got going, it got hard hitting as hell. There were some great moves by both Jonah and Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander is terrific. And yeah, Josh Alexander won, making Jonah submit. So at the time I was wondering, is Jonah done with Impact? Is he going to go back over to New Japan? Nope, he is back. He showed up on Friday night's episode of Impact. And yeah, I like Jonah, and I like this match. I thought it was fun. It was really fun. Next up, we had, right, I've got to rattle off these names now. The Hardcore War, the 10-man Hardcore War between Eddie Edwards, Rich Swann, Willie Mack, Heath and Rhino, versus the Good Brothers, Violent by Design. This match, I think, was in a weird predicament. I think this should have come earlier, but I get they wanted to do the Ring of Honor angle at the end. I think having this so close to the Mickie James, Deonna Purrazzo Texas Deathmatch really sort of, I don't know, I think it sucked the life out of the main event more than anything. Not necessarily this match. This match was fun. I thought it was a fun structure, like the War Games structure, just in a hardcore match. But it obviously went long. It's a 10-man sort of not elimination match, but a 10-man entrant match. So it did go long. I just think there were some things, I didn't know if it needed to be as long as it was, basically. There were some cool spots. Eddie Edwards hitting the flaming kendo stick. That was cool. Rich Swann was really good in this match. And Carl Anderson's the one who took the pin. So yeah, the good guys won at the end, which I thought was good. It should ideally blow this story off and lead them into what happened next, which was a Ring of Honor invasion. Sort of a bunch of guys from Ring of Honor just came down and started beating up the good guys. You got Mike Kanellis? I feel like he's got a different name. I will edit that. Mike Bennett, that's his name. So yes, Mike Bennett, Matt Taven, Vincent, PCO, Maria Bennett was also there. And yeah, it was just a full-on Ring of Honor invasion. They full-on destroyed everyone in the ring and left them laying. So that opens up another forbidden door for Impact, and it's mouth-watering, especially considering what happened on last Friday's episode of Impact when Deonna Purrazzo is now the ROH Women's Champion. It's very exciting stuff going forward. I just wish the match leading up to it had been less clunky. Let's put it that way, clunky. Felt a little bit, I don't know what that means, clunky. Then we had sort of the co-main event. We had Moose versus Matt Cardona versus W Morrison in a triple threat match for the Impact World Championship. this was a great triple threat match. There were been lots of good triple threat matches in recent memories, like Roman, Edge, Bryan, Kenny, Pac, Cassidy. They're just a few that sort of shout out to me. But this was really good. This was just two really big guys and then a big guy, because I think Matt Cardona is a pretty beefy guy. He's a pretty big guy. And there were lots of cool spots. Moose flying through the table was great. I loved that. And, you know, Morrissey looks really good, leading into his feud with Moose, where, you know, he had him beat. He had him beat for pretty much a 10 count, but the ref was down. And I think Moose is a really interesting champion to me, because he's sort of, it almost seems like bravado, almost like he doesn't believe in himself, the way he delivers his lines, and the way he acts sort of sheepishly a bit when he runs out of the ring and stuff. I thought this match was cracking. It was banging. It wasn't my favourite match on the show, but I really, really loved it. I really loved where the stories are going as well. Moose versus Morrissey, and then Cardona. I'm not sure where Cardona goes. We'll have to see, but yeah, it offers up interesting prospects for the future of Impact Wrestling, this one. And then we got the main event. We got the Texas Deathmatch between Mickie James and Deonna Purrazzo for the Impact Knockouts Championship. This match, I felt, as I said before, really suffered from the Hardcore War match, because they had to sort of top that, necessarily the sort of spot festy, sort of, what's the word? The spot festy nature of that match meant that some of the stuff in the Deonna Purrazzo match seemed a bit tamer. But I think they were going for much more of a territory style death match than an overall spot fest, which I got, but also I'd seen a lot of that stuff in the match before, so it did sort of hurt it a little bit. It did. Mickie James's outfit was egregiously seemed hard to wear, so I don't know why she chose to wear those. I thought they were going to play in, like, you know, Mick Foley having the barbed wire around him or something like that, but no, she ended up getting choked by him, which fair enough. I thought it was good. I didn't think this was the amazing blow-away match that I was hoping it would be. It felt a little bit sloppy at the beginning, and yeah, it sort of ended the night a bit I was expecting a little bit more, so maybe that's my fault. I had higher expectations, but at the end of the day, I thought they did an admirable job, these women, of putting on a Texas Deathmatch. And I really like Mickie as champion. I really like Deonna Purrazzo, now that she's ROH Women's Champion. And I like Mickie James, and she's going to be in the Rumble. So I think it's going to be very interesting going forward for Impact Wrestling. And yeah, overall I would give this show a solid 4 out of 5. I think it's kicking off the year in a good way for Impact, because I'm excited for a lot of the stories going forward. I just thought there were a few matches in there that were just a bit meh. Didn't really hit me like I think they were intended to. So yeah, 4 stars out of 5 from me. Let me know your thoughts on Impact Wrestling's Hard to Kill down in the comments below, and I will try and reply to every single one of you. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.